All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're not just learning about a new topic, we're actually installing a major upgrade to your brain's operating system. Think of it as a complete mental reboot. So, let me ask you something right off the bat. And be honest. Are you driving your thoughts? Or are they driving you? You know that feeling, right? When your mind's just on autopilot and you're kind of just along for the ride. Here's the thing, our brains are kind of built for laziness. I mean, they're all about efficiency, right? So they take these little mental shortcuts to save energy. But, and this is a big but, in the crazy, complex world we live in today, those same shortcuts can get us into a lot of trouble. We end up jumping to conclusions or, totally missing the bigger picture. And that's exactly why we need to consciously upgrade our thinking. So how do we actually do this upgrade? Well, that's what this is all about. We're going to install a brand new mental toolkit. Think of it as 5 specific super powerful mental models that'll help you grab the steering wheel again and think with real, focused intention. Okay, tool number 1. This is all about putting on your detective hat. We're going to channel our inner investigator. It's about learning to dig way deeper, to look right past those easy, surface-level answers and find out what's really going on under the hood. And the go-to tool for any good investigator? It's something called the 5 whys rule. Now, this sounds almost too simple, but trust me, it's powerful. The idea is, when you run into a problem, you don't just accept the first explanation. Nope. You ask why, and then you ask it again, and again, 5 times, each time digging a little deeper. And you can see exactly how this works. It's like a waterfall. You start with something simple, right? The delivery was late. Okay, why? Well, there was a traffic jam. Why was there a traffic jam? An accident. Why was there an accident? A driver was distracted. Why were they distracted? They were on their phone. Okay, last one. Why? Because our company has a culture that doesn't take phone use while driving seriously. See that? We just went from a simple late delivery to a massive, deep-seated cultural problem in 5 simple steps. So, what's the big takeaway here? The 5 whys stops you from just slapping a Band-Aid on the symptom. It forces you to go all the way down to the foundation, to the root cause, because that's the only place you're going to find a real lasting solution. All right, so we've learned how to find the real problem. Tool number 2 is about what you do next. It's about challenging your own brilliant conclusions. Basically, we're going to learn how to become our own toughest critic by playing the devil's advocate. Now, I'll be honest, this one can feel a little weird at first, but its power is just undeniable. So here's the challenge for you. Next time you are 100% sure about something, just stop for 60 seconds. And your only job in that minute is to argue passionately against your own point. Really try to find the absolute best, strongest reason why you might be wrong. And this is a perfect picture of what's happening in your head. You've got your strong belief over here, and then you're actively hunting for the best possible counterarguments to put right up against it. What you're really doing is stress testing your own idea before the real world does it for you. So why on earth would we do this to ourselves? Because it's the ultimate weapon against something called confirmation bias. You know, that sneaky little habit we all have of only looking for evidence that proves we're right. When you force yourself to face the other side, one of 2 amazing things happens. Either you find a weakness in your own argument and you get to fix it, or your original idea becomes practically bulletproof. Okay, so we've dug down to the root cause, we've stress tested our own beliefs. What's next? Tool number 3. Now we put on our data analyst hat. This one is all about drawing a hard line between what we feel is right and what the actual facts say. This is a massive shift, and it's a simple habit to build. Just learn to listen for the words "I feel" whenever you're making a big decision. As soon as you hear yourself say, "I feel like this is the right call," bam, you stop. And you ask yourself a different question. What measurable data point do I have that actually supports this? It's like a splash of cold, objective water to the face. And the payoff for this little mental trick is huge. It completely separates the cold, hard data from our warm, fuzzy, and often misleading feelings. Your decisions suddenly get grounded in reality, not just gut instinct. And that's how you make truly rational, powerful choices. Okay, so our decisions are now grounded in data. Awesome. But we can't just think about today. Tool number 4 is about looking into the future. It's time to think like a chess master, always looking 3, 4, 5 moves ahead. We're going to learn to anticipate what could happen. We call this the what if filter. And it's super simple. Whatever your plan is, you run it through two tough questions. Question 1, what if my biggest assumption here is totally wrong? And question 2, what if this amazing plan of mine fails, like epically? Now, this isn't about being negative. It's about being smart. It's a preemptive strike against your own overconfidence. And when you do this over and over, you build this incredible skill of foresight. You're no longer just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best, you're actually preparing for things to go wrong. This is the heart and soul of risk assessment. You shift from being reactive, waiting for disaster to strike, to being proactive, ready for whatever comes your way. All right, let's recap. We've dug deep, we've challenged ourselves, we've used data, we've planned ahead, but how do we tie all of this together? Our fifth and final tool is about thinking like an architect. It's about seeing not just the bricks, but the entire building, the whole interconnected system. And the tool for this is mind mapping. I'm sure you've heard of it. The idea is simple. When you're tackling something complex, forget about boring old lists. Instead, you put the main idea right in the center of the page, and then you draw branches that shoot out from it for all the related ideas and details. So why does this work so incredibly well? Because it's literally how your brain is wired. Your brain doesn't think in a straight line, like a list. It thinks in a web of connections. So mind mapping works with your brain's natural style instead of fighting against it. And the structure, as you can see, is beautifully simple but super powerful. You've got your main idea in the middle. Then boom, you've got your big branches for the key themes. And then off of those, you have smaller branches for all the little supporting details. In just one look, you can see the entire landscape of an idea. And that's the real magic. When you lay it all out visually like this, you start to see connections and patterns that were totally invisible before. You would have completely missed them in a simple list. This is what unlocks what we call systemic thinking, the power to see the whole system, not just the pieces. So there you have it, your new mental toolkit. You can be the investigator, digging for the truth, the advocate, challenging your own beliefs, the analyst, sticking to the facts, the strategist, planning for the future, and the architect, seeing the big picture. All 5 roles are now yours to use. So, the mental upgrade is complete. Your new operating system is installed and ready to go. There's only one question left. Which one of these tools are you going to use first?